Today we're going to take a look at the new Let It Snow preset collection for Lightroom Classic. In this collection you'll find everything you need to develop winter-themed portraits and landscapes using presets, tool presets, and brushes. So let's go ahead and get started. The photos I've selected for this demonstration are outdoor portraits because I really wanted to emphasize how you can use this preset collection to develop portraiture. But I also wanted to show how we can manipulate landscape environments to bring in that wintry aura and play around with the warm and cool color tones. So this first photo I've selected is a bit of a basic winter portrait. I love the snow, I love the little bit of rose in the cheeks, and I love this hat. But the hat in particular kind of brings in this cold blue that makes the color tones in the background pale in comparison. And that's going to be a real problem because we want our subject to be warm in a cold environment. I also love the snow falling around him, but you'll notice that it looks a bit flat, almost like it's falling behind him and not in front of him, which makes the depth of the image pretty shallow. So we're going to want to fix that as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and apply a preset that'll help make some of these colors really pop and also add a bit of depth to the image. To do that, I'm going to apply Winter HDR. Now I like what that's done, but I do think I'll go ahead and I'll bring my blacks down just a bit more. I'll also bring my shadows back just a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and just completely eliminate the highlights. And this ability to customize these presets really shows how much control you have over your image. So let's go ahead and check out the side-by-side comparison. Okay, I really like where this is headed, so let's go ahead and play around with some effects, and here we're going to add a bit more snow. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to my tool options and select Snowy Mix Super Soft. Now I really like this effect, but you'll notice that there are going to be a few snowflakes that fall over the boy's face, and that might be a little bit distracting. So we want to get rid of those. To do that, we'll select our brush. Now this can be any old brush because we're not going to use it to paint, we're only going to use it to erase. Now you can turn your brush into an eraser either by clicking the Erase button or by holding down your Alt Option key. Once your brush is selected, you'll find a little pin on your image that represents the snow layer. Go ahead and click that pin, and now you can simply erase any of the snowflakes that you'd like to remove. Alright, now since we're already using the brushes here, let's go ahead and cool off this background a bit, and we'll do that by adding some blue, and that'll help accentuate the boy's hat. So I'll go ahead and I'll select a new mask and a new brush, and the brush I'll select will be Add Blue. Once my brush is selected, I'll come in and I'll pretty indiscriminately paint all over the background. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the before and after. You can see a very dramatic change in the color and the mood of the image, and I'm pretty satisfied with that, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next image. So the first thing we're going to do here is add the frostbite preset. Now that's a pretty quick and dramatic improvement, but I still want to do more. Because of the composition of this image, I want to try to cool off the bottom half, which is going to be our foreground. And I'm going to do that by adding some blue, but I don't really want that blue to be up in the sky. Now my reasoning here is that I want the objects to look cool, but open air doesn't have any particular physical properties to embody cold. It's just clean, clear, open air. But the physical objects in the bottom half of the image, those I want to be a bit more blue. So to do that, I'm going to apply the tool preset Cool Lower Half. And that looks great. So lastly, I want to go ahead and help these mountains in the background pop out a bit more. And I'm going to do that by bringing out some of these whites. And not only will that give it a bit more texture, depth, and contrast, but it will also give the suggestion of little snow patches on the mountains, which will be a really nice little effect. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to my brushes, and I'm going to select Brighten Snow. Now I'll just paint over some of these little areas in the mountains until I get the effect that I'm looking for. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the before and after. You can see where we ended in comparison to where we began is not only more appealing in its color tones and general presentation, but it really communicates the aesthetic of winter that just wasn't captured in the original image. So there you go, a quick tour and demonstration of the Let It Snow preset collection. Go ahead and try it out for yourself and really get the most out of your seasonal photography this winter. I hope you enjoyed. Bye now.